In this class, we can study about chapter 2. We can revise some important points. Utility. Utility is the want satisfying capacity or power of the commodity. Then what is utility? It is the want satisfying capacity or power of the commodity. Then main point in this one is want satisfying capacity. Okay, then utility is the want satisfying capacity or power of the commodity. What is marginal utility? Marginal utility of a commodity is the change in total utility which result from a unit increase in consumption. Means additional units of consumption, what change is coming, that one is the marginal utility. Marginal utility of a commodity is the change in total utility which results from a unit increase in consumption. Then marginal utility, how we can find out marginal utility? We can write it as change in utility, means due to increase in consumption. Okay. Then what is total utility? Total utility is the sum of marginal utilities obtained from the consumption of different units of commodity. Suppose we are consuming 1 unit of apple, what we are getting from that apple, that one is the total utility. Suppose we are consuming 5 units of apple, we are getting, how much we are getting the utility, that total is total utility, means sum of that utility, that one is the total utility. Then what is budget set? Budget set, it refers to attainable combinations of two set of goods given prices of goods and income of the consumer. Means it is the attainable combination of set of two goods. Already we studied in last class, we studied it is the attainable combination of set of two goods. What is budget line? It is a line showing different possible combinations of good 1 and good 2 which consumer can buy with his budget and the price of good 1 and good 2. Means consumer how much he can buy the combination of two goods, that one is the budget line. Okay. Next one, then what is the main point in budget line? It is showing the different possible combination that consumer can buy, that one is the budget line. Next one, monotonic preference. A consumer preference are monotonic if and only if between any two bundles the consumer prefers the bundle which has more of at least one of the goods and no less of other goods as compared to other bundle. Means which bundle have more quantity, that bundle consumer will prefer, that one is the monotonic preference. The consumer prefers the bundle which has more of at least one of the goods and no less of other goods compared to other bundles. Next one, indifference curve, a curve which diagrammatic presentation of indifference set. Okay, it shows different combinations of two commodities between consumer is indifferent. Each combination offers him same level of satisfaction. Means indifference curve, it's showing diagrammatic presentation of indifference set. Okay, then what is the main point? Diagrammatic representation of indifference set. Okay, it shows different combination of two commodities between which a consumer is indifferent. Next one, marginal rate of substitution. It refers to the rate at which the consumer is willing to substitute good X for Y, it refers to the number of units good Y is the consumer is willing to sacrifice for an additional unit of good X. It is expressed by delta Y by delta X, marginal rate of substitution, MRS. It refers to consumer who is willing to substitute good X for good Y, means instead of coffee consumer is preferring tea. Okay, then it refers to the units of good Y which consumer is willing to sacrifice. Suppose consumer is sacrificing on good and he is buying another good, that one is the marginal rate of substitution. It is expressed as delta Y by delta X. Okay, we can express it as delta Y by delta X. Next one, diminishing rate of substitution. The law states that good 1 is substitution for good 2. The marginal rate of substitution of good 1 and good 2 goes on diminishing. Means it states that if you are substituting good 1 for good 2, the marginal rate of good 1 and good 2 also will diminish, because when we are consuming more and more, it will diminish automatically, it will diminish. Next one, indifference map. The collection of indifference curve called indifference map. Okay, collection of indifference curve is called indifference map. Next one, what are the properties of indifference curve? Indifference curve are negatively sloped. First point, it is negatively sloped. Indifference curve are convex to origin. Next one, indifference curve never touch or intersect each other. Then indifference curve touch neither x-axis or y-axis. This one we already studied in that diagram. Indifference curve negatively sloping means sloping downwards. Indifference curves are convex to origin. That shape of the indifference curve is convex to origin. Indifference curve never touch means two indifference curve will not intersect each other. Indifference curve touches neither x-axis or y-axis. What are the conditions of consumer's optimum point? Okay, budget line consumer's optimum point means where the budget line touches the indifference curve. Okay, that one is the consumer's optimum. What is the consumer's optimum point? Budget line should be tangent to the indifference curve. This is I. Okay, should be tangent to the indifference curve means where budget line and indifference curve touch, that point touches that point we are calling as the optimum point. Next one, slope of indifference curve must be equal to slope of the budget line. That one is the another point. Okay, next one, what is demand? Demand refers to the desire to buy a commodity backed by willingness and ability to purchase that commodity at a given point of time. Okay, means demand is the desire backed by ability and willingness to pay for a thing at a given point of time. Okay, that one is the demand. What is demand function? We know demand function. Demand is a function of price. Okay, then what is demand schedule? What is demand schedule? Tabular presentation, the relationship of price and demand of a commodity is called demand schedule. Tabular presentation of relationship between price and demand of a commodity means price and demand we are showing through a table. That one is the demand schedule. Okay, next one, demand curve. It is a graphical representation of relationship between price and demand for a commodity is called demand curve. Then main point is it is graphical representation of relationship between price and demand of a commodity. Next one, what is linear demand? What is the linear demand? D equal to A minus BP. That one is the linear demand, where D is the quantity demanded, A is the vertical intercept, B is the slope of demand curve, P is the price of the commodity. Then linear demand curve is A minus BP. Next one, what is law of demand? The law of demand states that other things remaining the same, that is the important point, other things remaining the same, the demand of a commodity expand with a fall in its price and contracts with a rise in the price. Okay, means demand for a commodity increase with decrease in price and contracts with a rise in its price. That one is the law of demand. What are the exceptions to the law of demand? First one, expectation of further changes in price to increase price. That one also will affect the law of demand. Next one, prestige goods, then some other given goods, necessities. These are the exceptions to the law of demand. Okay, next one, determinants of demand. Okay, what are the determinant of demand? This is demand. Okay, determinant of demand: price of the commodity, income of the consumer, price related to goods, and taste and preference. What are the determinants of demand? Price of the commodity, income of the consumer, price of related goods, taste and preference. Next one, what is normal good? It is a good whose demand increase with rise in income and decrease with fall in income. Means normal good means when the price increases, demand will decrease. When the with the fall in income of the consumer, means we know full cream milk, wheat, these are the example for normal goods. Next one, inferior goods. It is a good whose demand decreases with rise in income. Example, bajra, toned milk. These are the example. Means when their income increases, these people will not consume these goods. That one is the inferior goods. Next one, given goods. Given goods are those inferior goods in case of which there is a positive relation between price and quantity demanded and inverse relation between income and quantity. Means income and quantity, in this case of given goods, inverse relation will be there. Okay, next one, what is substitute goods? There are those goods which can be interchanged for use. Means instead of tea we can use coffee. Okay, next one, complementary goods. Those goods which are used simultaneously, means pen and ink and bike and petrol, then shoes and socks. These are the complementary goods. Okay, if price of good increases, demand for complementary will decrease. Means petrol price increasing means bike demand will decrease. Okay, price elasticity of demand. It is the degree of responsiveness of quantity demanded of a commodity to change in price. Means due to change in price, how much degree of responsiveness or how much is the change in quantity demanded. That one is the price elasticity of demand. Next one, methods of measuring elasticity of demand. Percentage method. Elasticity of demand equal to percentage change in quantity demanded and percentage change in price. Means delta Q divided by delta P into P by Q. That one is the equation of elasticity of demand. Okay, then factors influencing elasticity of demand: postponement of consumption, substitute goods, nature of commodity, uses of the commodity, time period, income, habits. These are the factors influencing elasticity of demand. Okay, these are the main points in chapter 2. Okay, you can go through these points.